What is up, everybody? So this is the 338 shoot I've been talking about for a while now, and it's not the greatest weather. We kind of got boned on the weather, but it is what it is. We're still gonna keep going, and we're gonna have fun, and we're gonna shoot a lot of cool guns. Today we're gonna start with the Barrett Mrad, and we have Mark right here. He's gonna introduce his gun.
Hello. Okay, so we're shooting Barrett Mrad today. Again, we're shooting in 338 if you're not familiar with the Barrett. It is a modular system, so we can go from 338 LaPood down to 6.5 Creedmoor, taking your time, 5 minutes to change your calibers. Very simple. Take out your barrel, replace your bolt, appropriate magazine, reinstall, and now we're shooting different caliber. It is also the U.S. military sniper rifle, and its designation is the Mark 22. And they went with 3 calibers with it. But again, it's MRAD, stands for Multi-Role Adaptive Design, and it is just a weapon system we're very proud of and shoots wonderful. So look forward to see what you guys do with it today.
Okay, and we got Zero Tech optics on here. They sent us an optic to try out, and that's what we're going to use on every gun except for the Noreen, because it's already got an optic on it, and I ain't moving it. So we're going to get going here pretty soon. Okay, guys? So here we are. I'm on the Barrett MRAD. We're doing a little bit of voiceover on this because the weather was not great. And so I'm going to just kind of do a little talk about each one of the guns. The MRAD shot great. That gun, I could shoot it all day long. Recoil was low. It shot great as far as everything's concerned. The MOA on it was a little bit larger group than the Steyr, but... And here we have another guy on the MRAD. So, once again, gun shoots great. I think the next individual shot the smallest group. It shot just under an inch. The gun had just been cleaned and whatnot, and that barrel had quite a few rounds to it, but still shot really, really good. And here we have Lincoln walking in front of the camera. So we were trying to keep the camera from getting rained on because you can see everything is wet. And it was just a cold and rainy day. I think the temperature right now was about 44 degrees. You okay, Lincoln? Okay, this individual, he shot the best group with the MRAD. I shot the first group. The barrel was cold. It was a cold bore shot, and he shot it just under an inch. I'll post pictures later of the targets. I still have all the targets, so y'all can see what they are. But this video turned out pretty involved with all the different guns on it. So we had several people shooting. Not all of them made it on the film because of film. People walking in front of it. We had to cut some people out because they couldn't be on camera. Here I am on the Savage. This gun did not shoot good. It had some issues. One, after the shoot, I went to pick the gun up after we had took everything off of it, moved on to the next gun. I was packing everything up. I noticed the action was loose in the stock. The even the scope base was loose, so it kind of beat itself up, and it also kind of beats you up. We're gonna kind of revisit that gun later on, but I just don't have time to right now. I think it would shoot a better group. I think the best group we had on that was it was right around 2 inches. It was not good. Matter of fact, again, this individual shot the best group with the Savage, I do believe. But like I said, once again, it wasn't good. Weather still not great, windy. We wanted to have better footage, but I was trying to keep my camera from getting rained on. And here we have the Christenson. This gun had just been sent back to me from Christenson. They rebarreled it. It had a bit of an issue, but the gun shot really good. For, you know, I just said it grouped the same, but it really didn't. It actually did better than what it did before. It was about an 1.5 inch gun in that weather with that ammo. They sent me the targets that it shot before. Well, they sent it back to me, and it was a .66 shot group with 300 grain Barnes. We didn't have any of that. We were shooting Hornady all day long. So once again, thanks to Hornady. Other than that, that gun actually shoots pretty well. It's light, recoil's good. You know, it doesn't beat you up. But All in all, great gun. Here we have the Steyr. The guy from Steyr introduced this gun. I don't know. I think the camera shut off while he was introducing this gun. So we had him kind of talk about the gun before we shot it. And something happened in that video. Like I said, weather was not great. And we lost that footage somehow. But all in all, this is a nice gun. Recoil's a little bit more than that of the Barrett. It shot the best group. I shot my best group with it. I shot with the gun, the ammo that we had there, that Hornady 285 ELD match. I shot my best group with that gun and the shadow silencer suppressor on it, because that suppressor that they brought with the gun, while it works really, really well, it was really, really heavy. And you could actually kind of watch the barrel whip a little bit. So we put Arcan on there, which was substantially lighter, and I shot a .88 group with it. Once again, we'll get some pictures of the targets and whatnot. I saved all that stuff. The gun's really unique. It has a lot of unique features. And it has a safety that's a 3-position safety. So at one position, the trigger and the bolt is locked. You can't work the bolt. So I just realized this is in the deal. So he had to swap the pin out because the pin was a clip pin that they had at the show. So he had to swap the pins around with another gun. We actually had 2 of these guns there, and this was the show pin that was in it. If you've ever been to SHOT Show, you know that all the guns have clip pins. That's what was in it. And he swaps it out here real quick, and we get back to shooting. All in all, though, that is a really nice gun. I can't thank them enough for coming out and letting us shoot that gun. I really enjoyed that gun. I really enjoyed the Barrett too. Those were my 2 favorite guns, obviously. But great gun. So if you're in the market for one of those, something different, something unique, has interchangeable barrels like the Barrett. A lot of great features on that gun. Weighed about the same as the Barrett, and like I said, shot great. And he showed me some pictures of that gun. They had some different ammo that they had worked up for it, and that gun will shoot quarter MOA all day long. I'm sure the Barrett would too with the right loads, but all in all, just a great gun. There was Lincoln. We took chrono data on every one of these guns, and I have all that data. I have all the. I did another video kind of wrapping all this up because we didn't do a wrap up there because it was too cold. No one wanted to stick around and do it, and but yeah, the trigger took me by surprise the first pull, so I pulled the first round when I first shot this gun. I dry fired it a few times, kind of get used to that trigger, but it still took me by surprise. It was a really nice trigger in that gun.